damn topics at me.
Yo. It's Lil Cookie Capone with Cookie's Cabaret. And we got two special guests here. We got KK, whole lot of gang shit.
Whole lot of gang shit.
And we got C Major, always Major.
Hey, big dog in the crib.
Yeah, you sound like one. Shit. All right, so we're going to get this thing kicking like karate. If y'all had one theme song, what would it be for your whole life?
Whole life?
Yeah, just like, all right, you just picture yourself walking in a movie. Picture yourself walking in a movie. What song would be playing while you walking?
That one I sent to that group chat today. I just want to be successful.
Right now?
Yeah. This is
Fuck nigga free.
Fuck nigga free.
You was fuck nigga free too.
Boy, I already know.
I had to think about my whole life when you asked that. That's the type of shit you was thinking of, right?
Yeah. Like you walking downtown, a movie scene, and they playing a song. Mine would be Treat Me Like Somebody by Tink.
Oh,
because these bitches is dogging me.
Yes. Hey, y'all podcast people, how'd y'all feel? We bust a little line for y'all and sing that song to y'all.
Treat me like somebody.
I can't sing.
Bitch, I ain't got no voice.
You
gonna start?
But I will treat you like somebody, baby, because I'm a great woman out here. So anybody looking for a great woman, I am her. But you gotta be a great man. Don't come around here with that bullshit, because I sent you back where you came from.
Violent.
She is.
I am violent, but just don't
So
push me. I'm the nicest person you'll meet, but I can be your worst nightmare.
Capricorns.
And we the goat. That goat.
Y'all Billy Goats be on everything. I'm just trying to say.
Yeah, we be on people's roofs and stuff. I told y'all. Listen.
Everywhere we go.
I'm not gonna take over this podcast, but listen, y'all people. I know y'all been seeing them red boots, and y'all want some.
How you gonna not crease your red boots? That's what I want to know.
I'm gonna crease them because I'm hopping in niggas' dreams. I want to know what he dreaming about. He's dreaming about another woman, and here I am watching.
I'll be scared as hell if I see your ass in a t-shirt, some drawers, and some red boots.
Y'all remember that episode on SpongeBob where they was hopping through the dreams? That's me. Here I come.
Well, all I need is the red.
And they had the black boots. They was hopping with the black boots. Baby, I'm being a red, looking like Pac-Man.
All right, so if y'all had one quote to summarize your life, what would your quote be?
Here's my quote.
Something you live by. They can't read that.
Oh, my quote.
We ain't got no video. Fuck you, Sienna.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was my slip. But my quote is never a failure, always a lesson. Anything that I've ever done in my life, instead of looking at it as, oh, I'm failing or I messed up, I take it either as, hey, I gained something or I learned from it.
Before or after God slapped you in the back of the neck with his sandal?
He slapped me a couple times with that sandal. He even bent me over.
Oh, not my Lord. Not my Lord Jesus.
Not my Lord and Savior.
Listen, I was hard-headed. He had to bend me over and tell me, I bet not do it again.
What was the question again?
What was the question, is bitch?
Oh, your quote. What's your quote you go by in life?
Yeah.
Don't say nothing about don't fuck nigga free. Because you was not fuck nigga free.
KK just want to be loved. She can't admit it. She too hard.
Fuck nigga free came out a month ago.
A month?
Okay.
Now, come on, let's get not spiritual.
Let's get deep with it.
Yes,
deep.
Come on, you hear me?
Okay.
Oh. Be serious. What's something you live by in your whole life? Look at J Money. I just say your snap.
Yeah, I think so.
But what you go by? Brain ain't working.
I don't know. It's not working.
You got a motto? That's probably easier to answer.
I just live life and try not to worry. That's it.
That's a good one. You made that shit up too. Quotes by KK. All right, so Capricorns. I'm about to get into the zodiac. I'm about to get into the zodiac.
Hold on before you do that. What's your quote? You can't skip you. We want to hear what you got to say.
Oh, yeah.
You skipped the last one. But what's your point?
Because I'm trying to mediate. Y'all bitches
Yeah,
crazy.
but we want to hear it because you might have some shit. Hey, you's one of them people that leave a mark. I might not understand you today, but I'm gonna call you in 3 days and tell you, hey, I felt what you was talking about. I might have to use that.
Real shit though. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope for a future.
See, listen. She touch your soul. Listen, she rip out your belly button and just go in there and touch your soul.
She was so hard.
That's how she pray.
All right. Capricorn, number one sign, y'all think?
Duh.
Yeah.
We start the year and we finish the year. Y'all ain't going nowhere.
What? I'm definitely superior.
What is? No, I like y'all. What's y'all top 4 other zodiac signs?
That I like or like I like the fuck.
Oh, both of them, all of them.
Listen, Scorpios got it when it comes to that.
Scorpio, Taurus, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like a good Leo. Leo's good. And
All I got is 2 answers: Scorpio and Leo.
She ain't been out there in the field.
I've been in the field, but everybody in the field is a Scorpio.
Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aries.
But
people that I like in general,
like you gravitate towards.
I definitely don't like Scorpios because of how men treat me.
Look, you can't be her friend, but you can stick your dick in her.
Listen,
honestly,
for real,
I'm good friends with Tauruses too. Aquariuses.
Oh, I can't get along with Aquarius.
That bitch says you can't be a friend, but you can stick your dick in her.
That's what you're telling me, basically.
No.
Yeah.
Scorpio men, I don't like y'all, but I go to y'all with these relationships and the dick and stuff. But when it comes to but on a friendship level with a female, I got this one Scorpio bitch that had changed her for the Scorpio niggas. I fuck with her heavy. I got a Virgo. I
like Scorpios as friends. Female.
Right. Yeah. Female Scorpios are totally different.
Well, two Scorpios can't fuck each other because I gotta run the show. And you won't want to fuck me, and I'm going to want to fuck you. So we just stand there looking at each other.
But that's where I
they gonna bite each other
with a Scorpio because sometimes I want my shine too.
Yeah, you can get your shine if you earn your shine. But the first time I'm about to show you what Cookie's world like.
Scorpios and Capricorns are very attractive.
Yeah, like some people you get all the way naked with, and y'all look at each other and just be like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's probably how they feel when they see the bottom of the stomach, but I don't care.
You better pick it up and dunk it.
Baby, if you can't lift it, you better get to going.
You better pick it up and dunk it or turn it around.
But on the friendship level,
everybody look beautiful in doggy style.
I don't know. I got a lot of that going on.
I had to learn some signs. These Aries bitches drive me crazy, but I love them.
Yeah.
Got a Virgo, the bitch drive me crazy, but I love her. And I never thought that I'd be attracted to my own sign. But I got a Capricorn bitch.
Yeah.
Got a Capricorn bitch that I fuck with, bruh. It's
most
a couple.
Capricorns I met, I've always
I fuck with Capricorns when I meet them, bruh.
Y'all,
like, we got that mindset.
Y'all the only two I've ever. Y'all the only two I've ever friends with.
I went out of town and met one, and we clicked like that, bruh. And soon as we met each other and both found out we was Capricorn, we was like, oh, we the best zodiac sign, we the shit. And everybody in the room was like, see?
Mad.
I think y'all the most crazy zodiac sign.
We is, bro. Cause
listen, I think y'all don't have boundaries where normal people would have boundaries.
We don't.
Like, and I'm talking about in relationships. Like, y'all cool ass friends. But when a nigga say, I love you, it's just like automatic. Y'all go buy y'all tickets at the grocery store and it's like, I'm just about to go crazy.
Yeah.
For real, because I fall in love in 44 seconds.
Yeah,
and you know that before you start talking to me.
But why? I need answers. Why y'all fall so hard so quick?
We really don't know. Like, we got this genuine heart. And we don't know how to love ourselves the way we love these niggas. And that heart that we wear hard on our sleeve.
I'm talking about in general.
Like, in general, we gonna give more love to
Yeah.
to that relationship than we do to our actual self.
I feel like to any relationship, friendship,
For
any
real.
of that.
Like, we got that big heart. We gonna give it to you. Here, you love me. Here, take this. Take this right quick. Got something for you. Take that. Now don't play with it, because I'm gonna show you something. Then you get to playing with it. Now we sitting in the DHA chart waiting on food stamps, and I hit you in your mouth and your shit leaking. like, come on, bro.
Like, y'all just being friends with y'all. As far as relationship wise, I have seen y'all go the furthest to get y'all lick back.
Because once we feel played with, it's over with.
Listen.
It's
So is it like y'all acting out of a place for hurt?
Hey, you ever seen that?
I mean, kinda, but no.
You
To
ever
me,
seen that
anyway,
TikTok?
it's more
You ever seen
like
that TikTok of my dear?
nigga, like it's more like you fucked with me, and
I gotta
if
fuck
you like
back.
fuck me over, I'ma fuck you over. I'ma just do it better. That's more of what it is.
You ever
I'ma do
seen
it
that
better.
TikTok about Medea? She was like, Dr. Phil asked her. He said, "Why you feel like you always got to get me?" She said, "They get me, I gotta get them. They get me, I gotta get them. Get them. You
That,
get me,
literally,
I'ma get
get
you.
you back.
I don't gotta get you then and there, but I promise you, I'ma get you. You gonna sleep with my man, and I'ma gone for months,
You gonna sleep with a husband
and let you be, and you gonna go get married and be happy. I done did it before. I broke that lady's heart. I humped her man. I humped her husband. She humped my baby daddy
So
and sent him back to
You
me with a hoodie.
you just a husband humper.
I sure am. You hump my. I don't care if that's just my friend. If he got my heart, you better not hump him. I promise you, I'm gonna get you back. You gonna be mad.
Well, I mean, as a Scorpio, I can be vengeful.
We
But
know
my shit calculated. Like, I can wait till I'm in the casket to get your ass back. And God gonna bring me that opportunity to get my lick back if I choose to get my lick back. Because I think Scorpio is the only sign where I can turn my crazy on and off. Because I know when I'm gonna pick a fight.
I can't wait on karma.
I
gotta
listen.
help her.
Capricorns have different levels, though.
Yeah, when you get to
There's
that
different
top
levels.
level, it's hard to come down from there. So once you up there, it's like, we gotta get back down.
Okay, so since y'all doing all that, what are y'all doing wrong? Where your accountability? If you could pick,
we're doing it all right. They just fucking up.
So you ain't got no accountability.
Nah, I
Capricorns
take that
are
back.
stubborn enough.
We're very stubborn. We're crybabies. But
Well, I feel like personally the most stubborn end up being the most loyal.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
We're loyal as fuck
we don't
So
see no
that's
wrong
why-
in nothing we do.
because we're
So y'all ain't got no accountability. I'm gonna just keep asking this question like you ain't answered it
Nah, I
already.
be messing up out here though.
Yeah.
I be messing up, but
See, I'm gonna be everywhere.
that ain't their business.
So you ain't gonna tell the podcast one thing you
I'm gonna
took
tell the
account-
podcast some real shit. Listen, I had this one nigga, I was telling him I love him, Nigga was acting crazy. I got another nigga in jail telling him the same shit. Shit, I had a nigga in jail trying to play with me, so why I can't? You taught me something.
So all right, as
Sounds
far
like
as
about you. This ain't about no Capricorns. This is about you.
yo,
Wait, wait, wait. What about you? You had a nigga out of town and a nigga in jail.
And I had another one down.
Exactly.
And
So this about Capricorn. Cut it out.
no, y'all gonna
No, it's not because
Y'all
you
gonna
got
stop?
off subject.
y'all gonna stop making it personal. Y'all
Yes.
can't make it too personal. It's a
I'm
podcast.
saying about in general. I feel like they're stubborn. They are the most loyal, but
The
I
devil
ain't heard-
they let themselves
I
get
ain't
in the
heard
way of
no-
a lot of shit
Okay.
though too.
Huh?
Capricorns, they let themselves get away and fuck up a lot of shit in
Yeah.
their head.
Yeah.
And mental. They think
Yeah.
too much.
They
They overprocess.
they
things too
overprocess
much.
their emotions,
Yeah.
and they don't look at it like anybody else would look at it. You can say,
And
you-
when they feel
you got a mark on the door, and I'm gonna feel like you just did that on purpose to piss me off. I'm
Capricorns
gonna
don't
overthink it.
also they don't think through how they should feel either. Like it's just automatic. If somebody did something
Yeah.
to me,
They don't.
it's just automatic. Like fuck it. Like you feel me?
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
ever think like, oh well, look, they was going through this or they was
Right.
doing this or this.
And
was
they
happening.
don't-
No,
they
it's
don't-
automatically fuck you.
They don't
I'm
look
done.
at the different
Type
scenarios like maybe this is why, or maybe this reason, or
They
maybe
just-
this was.
it's like
They take
automatic.
that
It's
one
like,
thing that
yeah.
come to their mind, and that's it. That's the answer.
I mean, y'all ain't lying. So if a nigga trying to get with you, would you be straightforward with them that you crazy?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I'm
always
telling you
am.
straight up, I'm crazy. If you don't want to deal with it, you better go. Cause I'm
Like, I done had some bitches tell me they was crazy before, but
tell
they
them,
ain't
like-
never turned out to be Capricorn crazy.
Honestly,
Listen.
like,
Our
I mean,
crazy
I don't
could
think
get
I'm
quick.
crazy, but I mean, it is what it is.
We can
but
talk for 3
I
days.
tell them, like, yeah, I'm crazy. That's what they say, but I'm honest. That's really
Facts.
what it is.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah. I mean,
So, and really, my crazy don't come out unless you're honest. I'm a real honest person, so if somebody's not honest
You
with
gonna
me,
bring
then
my crazy out, and I'm gonna let it come on out. We can be
yeah.
together for 3
I'm
days.
a
On the
real,
4th
like,
day, I'm
whatever you
crazy.
give me, I give it back to you. So, like,
Reciprocation.
Hello.
yeah.
I'll bring my crazy out in pieces, but once
But
you
they
piss me
definitely
off,
know.
you got the full puzzle.
So what if
They know
your
as soon as they met me.
if your crazy was a candy bar, what flavor would it be?
White mocha.
White mocha.
Crazy? No.
Or just if you were a candy bar, what would you be?
White mocha.
White mocha. You do got a me mom.
I do.
Twix.
And listen,
Twix. I fuck with Twix.
I'm not fully black. So people who don't like them
Oh,
black
you
girls-
ain't fully black, but you a nigga.
right, but listen,
You niggerish.
But listen,
Twix
them
got
niggas-
everything
them
in it. It's
like
got the chocolate.
with
It's
me-
got
with-
the caramel.
Right.
It's got the crunch to it.
right,
I mean,
but with me being white mocha,
Sweet.
I'm not dark skinned, but I'm light skinned. Like with me, I don't like chocolate, so I'll go for white mocha. They don't want too much chocolate, so they gonna go for this little nice piece of caramel white mocha right here. Have a man go crazy.
Yo, you
yo.
name dropping.
Huh?
You name dropping.
Y'all had, I'm trying to tell y'all, name dropping, what you talking about?
Oh, I thought you was about to dry snitch on yourself.
No, I just looked up and my door was open, but it wasn't open, so that's why I looked the way I looked when y'all
You
bust
and that
out
damn
laughing.
dog, Lord Jesus. That
Yeah.
nigga followed us
the
home.
dog is outside.
No, the dog's
y'all.
not here anymore. I don't hear it scratching.
Where the dog go?
It might have just left, because somebody had the door open.
Somebody, yeah, that's what just happened.
Y'all,
Okay,
did
so-
y'all see me?
So I got a question.
Okay.
What you got?
Passion, purpose, and goals.
Oh, shit.
Do you all know the difference between those?
No, tell me some shit, because I need to know, because
Yes, but no. Yes, but no.
just say no. Sister.
Passion is something that you actually care for, you actually enjoy doing. What was passion?
Purpose.
Purpose is something that you do like for a reason, like
Yeah.
not like a reason, but like a reason. And goals is something that like you set out like to accomplish and
Okay.
like
Yeah.
get. Like a goal would be like, I want to buy a PlayStation, so I would set out my goal.
Right, right. Like a short term bar to reach.
Yes,
But
something that's
do you think you can have either one of these things without the other and be satisfied with life?
no. Well, wait. So have one or the other, or any of them? Not?
Can you have any of them without each other and be satisfied with life? Passion,
No.
purpose,
No.
and goals.
You need
No.
all three.
You need all three?
Listen, fuck that part
But
of the
that's-
podcast. They can know this. I'm a little bit slow, so I said no, I didn't know. But once you started explaining, I know that stuff. You need all three. 'Cause
I think it's more like this. They all go together. You set the goal
yes, that's what I'm
to
saying.
reach the passion, the goal where the passion goes. You set the goal to reach the passion, which is supposed to give you purpose. But I feel like personally, the only one that holds weight in there would be purpose. Because you could have your purpose and God could give you baby steps to go by and you're still going to be fulfilled in life. You're going to be satisfied. So I feel like purpose gives you satisfaction. The other two are just steps on which to reach the goal.
Amen, amen, amen. Life's great.
Yo, she
Yeah.
just look,
Listen, y'all.
Uh-uh.
Listen, this is why I want to have fun, like this little stuff we're doing. Because I'm living in the clouds right now, y'all. Like, I'm happy. Like, the definition of happy, I'm sitting there.
You got purpose. I love it.
Right.
Yes,
Yes. So what are y'all goals?
My goals, honestly, I want to own a car, own a house, with no bank loans or anything, not owing anything by 30. And me and my son, we just in our house comfortable. You know, like the job I have is great, so I'm not gonna say I need a better job, but you know, maybe move up, you know, in steps with my job, but
My
make it
goals
a
are
career.
basically to be more financially stable.
You ain't gotta use big words on me.
Mm-hmm.
Further my education.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
And honestly, like, really, I just want to enjoy life too. Like, I don't want to work too much.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm working
That is a goal
to
that-
live.
That I do have.
So what's your passion?
My passion. Enjoy. To enjoy.
What do you enjoy? That's your passion. Your passion can't be to enjoy.
My passion is to enjoy everything I do. Like, for me to work my ass off, but work my ass off enough that I can say, I got some money left over. Let me ride down here, go enjoy myself. Or to be able to do stuff like, you know, you be broke and you be like, dang, I know money don't rule the world, but I'd love to have a couple dollars to do this. When you working and you know, like, you've been working really hard, and now I have a couple dollars left over, and I can go treat myself or do something today. You feel good. You enjoy it. You know.
Yeah.
You're enjoying the fact that you have this good job, you have this good stuff going on in your life, and you can also enjoy something outside of it. Like, some people work and they literally make enough money to pay their bills and stuff, and they can't do nothing.
Right, because I like going to the store and picking me up a Reese cup. I'm just saying, it be little shit like that.
Exactly. And if you were working this job where you wasn't making, and it's nothing against nobody, but if you were working a job where you wasn't making enough, and that money literally covered all your bills and stuff, you can't even go to the store to get that Reese cup that would make you feel good. And it's not $500 for a Reese cup or, you know, big money. It's something cheap, but that's something that will make you feel good. But literally, I just paid all my bills and I'm broke to the next payday, and that's going to pay some other stuff. So you feel me? Like,
yeah.
You enjoy yourself in what you do when you're like not living paycheck to paycheck and actually enjoying your life and everything you're doing. Like,
so do y'all know your purpose? The reason why you're being
to be great.
To be great. That's not good enough for Cookie's Cabaret.
Well, Cookie gonna have to
my
help me
passion
figure
would basically just be like, okay. My passion would be
Your purpose. You ain't even get the passion, did you?
no. See,
We got a talker.
I don't want to cut me off.
Yo.
But that's why I'm like, I had it in my head. See, I'm the good talker.
I had to get my point across.
No, you're good.
Next time I'm gonna act like that one girl and say, "What was my point?"
My passion would be, I enjoy being myself and being out and around people that, well, not really around, but
Good
I like
vibes.
helping others and doing things that are for the good.
You like being
I
around
like-
good vibes. Is that what you were trying to say?
I like helping. I like serving. That would be a passion.
Okay.
Like,
So what would be your purpose?
Purpose really is for myself. Honestly, I feel like that's the biggest.
You deep,
Like,
baby. I'm over here
I
talking
can't
about
really.
great.
I mean, honestly, I don't have no kids or anything, so I can't do it for anybody else but for
That's
me.
definitely my purpose.
For me, for
That's
my
what you want,
mental, for what I want to be in life, what I want to do in life. Just, it's all basically for me, though. I mean, that sounds selfish.
Well, I mean, you ain't got nobody else to really live for, so you gotta have that sense of
like-
self-worth.
You better
Yeah,
live.
like, I'm living for myself, like,
I think one of my things in life is freedom. I've always been a free bird. I like to fly, and I don't like stuff that weighs me down or ties me down. And it makes me a little irresponsible at times. And I end up in a lot of situations that I didn't even know could happen. Like at Greg's on a Tuesday, and I got to work on Wednesday. But, you know, freedom is definitely a thing. So if y'all would, can you give me a definition of love, see?
Definition of love. Pure. Genuine.
I can't hear you.
Pure. Oh.
Pure.
Sure.
Pure.
We don't.
That word. Genuine. Just. Hold on. I gotta find a word that I'm trying to say. When a person gives you true love, it comes from their heart. They're not trying too hard. It's something that they want to do. Their whole body wants to just give you that. Like, it's in their soul. It's in everything. It's not something that their mind's just like, oh, I'm going to go love this person. No, you feel it. You know you're going to love that person. And you give your love to that person. And you give it as your all.
Love to
Like,
me,
that's real
it's
love.
basically like, well, it's a feeling, first of all. And
She real deep.
She said she real deep, man.
I need postcards or something. I got going on over there.
love is like a deep caring for somebody. Like, when you love somebody, it's like, maybe I should have waited. I got it in my head.
I don't think I know what love is for real. I keep lusting these niggas.
Love and lust
Solid.
does get confused a lot.
It's lust. Look, it's down.
But
Okay.
love, like, I'm just thinking of love in general. Like, love with your friendships,
But I love y'all.
family, all that. When you love somebody, you care for them.
I'll give y'all anything I had. I'll give y'all the shirt off my back because I really love y'all.
That's too big.
You know what? You know what, baby? You gonna need it.
You shaking that
You gonna
finger
need
at
it.
me.
It don't matter how big it is, baby. You gonna take it. Even if you was her, you gonna take it.
If I needed it, I'll use it as a poncho.
Baby, I'll put it on you and tie it up. And
No, this bitch had us at the football game in a monsoon. I had on Crocs and a Parker. Was it a Parker?
That wasn't a poncho because that didn't work.
Wasn't
I
them
was
little
wet.
cheap ass?
Yes.
It cost $1.
Yeah, I know because
We
they,
should've spent
whenever I
$5.
was in Little League, they used
Well,
to
we
give us
only
them
had-
shits like them
we
shits
only
was
had
keeping us from being
We
fucking
only had
wet. Hell
$6 to get in, and then I had $2 on the card. So if I would have spent the $6 on ponchos, we would have just been outside the gate with the ponchos. So that was love. I had to figure out how to get me and my friend in here and spend my
What
last
is the
dollar.
I think-
definition of love?
I think, well, I can't give y'all a certain.
Well,
I can.
maybe, but
I think the definition of love, well, first of all, you got to figure out what love is. Love has different facets. Love has different compartments.
yeah.
Like your motherly love, it's not going to be the same as your sisterly love. It's not going to be the same as your friend love, or your
Relationship
neighbor love,
yeah.
or your associate's love.
I don't
That's
love
why I
my
was like,
neighbors
if
now.
we're talking about
But
all of it
then
together,
you got to think about growth. Certain people I loved in certain seasons, just because I didn't love them as much as I loved the next person, doesn't mean I didn't truly love them. I loved them at the capacity I was able to love them. So I was at a stage of youth, so I loved in youth. So yeah, love can be out of youth. Love can be out of wisdom. Love can be out of ignorance. That's when you borderline to lust. Because lust is an attraction. It's a yearning. There's a difference between you can find real love. And it doesn't mean it wasn't real love because it didn't work out. But you can find real love that's in a different stage of growth and looks different and feels different. But all of it still be genuine because you have a new capacity for love. So I felt love before. But when you find like a soulmate or a soul connection, I can't accept anything less than a soul tie now.
yeah, definitely.
I don't want no soul
You don't want no soul tie?
Hell no.
With the right person?
With the right person. But I don't know who the right person
You
is.
wouldn't see. That's the thing. See, I mean,
You wouldn't know.
have a soul tie unless it was the right person.
They be trying to steal your souls, girl. I'm trying to tell you.
No, you can get soul ties to the wrong people.
Well, I mean, yeah,
They're trying to take it. And I'm not giving it to the wrong person. Because that's worse than falling in love, baby. I done been down these roads. But them soul ties, honey, leave my soul in them ties where they at.
I mean, but that's the best type of love. As far as I've witnessed in my life, when your soul, okay, but I'm not walking my life out of fear. I'm not gonna stop loving because I've been hurt before, and I'm not gonna stop associating with people that may bring me to that out of fear. That's not leading with love. That's leading with fear. And I refuse to run. I've never been a coward. I refuse to run because everything's going to hurt eventually.
Oh,
even before.
Well, I need to look at life like that because
But everything's going to hurt eventually. Even if we both love each other, it hurts because love takes restraint. Love takes watching your mouth. Love takes biting your tongue. Love takes being utterly disrespected and still sticking it out because you know that person just had a bad day. So love hurts, even actively loving, not just the breakup. Mm-hmm. So, and now that I've had a taste of a soul tie, I can't go back to just regular love. I need my soulmate.
I'm trying to get a soul tie in.
Back to what I should have said, my quote or whatever it was.
What's your quote?
Or whatever. You know how they say. You know, they say, why it's good to be alive.
Yeah.
Because you get to feel your emotions. You get to be angry,
sad,
happy, whatever, like, not like that. I mean, none of us really know that.
I can't agree with that. I had to go get medication to regulate
no emotion.
mine.
It's nothing. Not like it's nothing because we don't know the afterlife, all that. I don't really got time to get into all that.
Yeah, no.
But, there's nothing after you die. Like, so, all them emotions, the love, all that feelings, the bad, the good,
girl,
the happy, the sad.
My emotions run through this
That's
world.
the best part about life. That's what they say.
Well, here's the kicker. When you got mental health issues like such as bipolar, we can use that as an example. You're flooded with emotions, so it's too much. And then when you get regulated, you don't feel anything, so it's nothing. So you'll go without your medication just to feel something, but then you feel the bad and you realize why you're on your medication. So it can be all consuming, but to be able to feel is a gift.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? That's the gift of life. Basically, that's the gift of life.
That's my
to be
teacher.
able to feel,
she
have
me
emotions,
everything I need to know about
be
myself.
mad, be
the
sad,
doctors
be
can't
happy.
tell me nothing. Carver got me. She told me about these little emotions running around in my flow while I'm feeling so deep. I felt that one fall. I've been feeling them deep. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
I mean, this is like falling in love is the same thing. You don't go out into the swimming pool and not know how to swim and jump off the diving board into 12 feet of water. So you got to learn how to swim in the area, just like you can know how to swim in a pool, but not in the ocean. So you have to learn love as a craft and know your limitations to how far you can go. The problem is with these people, they lead you on and they give you confidence that they'll help you swim or they'll teach you as long as you go out there. And then you're stuck in the deep and they left you. So now you're drowning.
I drown every time. I'm tired of drowning. I'm not a cat. I ain't got 9 lives. I drown again, I'm probably going to be gone.
I don't know. It's just, you can't move out of fear. Cause
I ain't though. I got to, but, okay, can I ask for some advice?
On the podcast?
Fuck it. We having real genuine.
All right, real talk.
We having real talk. How do you just get past that hurt that's giving you that fear?
Yourself.
How do you
work on yourself first. That's the only way you're gonna get over it.
My whole thing is feel your hurt, because it's not gonna last forever.
Don't ignore it.
It's not gonna last forever.
Accept it.
But you could take that anger.
I'd be embarrassed by some hurt.
Why?
Why? Yeah, why? You want a real talk?
I don't know. I just like.
Because you feel like you should have known better? You should have
Yeah.
done better?
I be feeling like I be ending up in the same situation over and over again. Like, why you keep doing that to yourself? And then I'll be like, man, I want to talk about it.
I do
But
the
I
same
wanna-
thing.
But I don't want to tell my friends I just
And
made
then
the same
I
dumb
question myself
mistake.
like,
If that makes sense.
but if I knew so well, I wouldn't have put myself in this situation again. If I knew so well.
I be feeling like I do know well, but I still be giving love a try or just talking and trying to do something with these guys. I give it a try, and it's always me to end up
And it felt so well.
messed up.
I mean,
It's not like try again, but
it's more of a self-perception
but it is
thing.
that too.
Because I can only attract. I'm gonna get back what I give out, and what I feed myself.
I must be giving out toxic. Is that true?
Yeah,
Whew.
very true.
I gotta fix that. I'm on a toxic one.
You have to work on yourself.
I do.
I'm not saying I'm perfect. Shit.
No,
I'm
I ain't
still
perfect.
trying to work on myself. I
I
ain't
do
gonna lie.
need to work on myself.
That's why I quit. I took a break from relationships. I have to work on myself.
Yeah, when you get
And it's
into
not even like
and when you
oh, I
get
don't
into
wanna
this
date.
space
It's myself.
of where you evaluate yourself, because only thing you're doing right now is on a soul searching mission. You don't know yourself. How can you love somebody you don't know? And then
And how
if
can
you don't know
somebody
how to
else
love
love you?
yourself, you're not giving out any love to anybody else that's true or genuine.
I'm gonna take
And
me on
also,
a
if
date.
you don't know how to love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to know how to love you?
I'm
not like that,
I'm
but-
gonna take me on a date and we're gonna get to know each other.
What you do is you evaluate all your priorities in life, what you have space for, and you only entertain what you have space for until you have more space for anything else. I can't be in this lonely state of mind and just accept anybody that comes and give them all a try. I have to have boundaries. And then, but that comes with knowing how much I have for myself, what's conducive for my mental health. What do I have space for? Because, I got Tourette's, so bitches that I love trigger my Tourette's, but I won't give a random bitch that don't deserve it that power over me. So you got to prove yourself inch by inch, getting past these boundaries if I see fit to let you pass them. But I can't just accept everybody in and give them all the application for employment and interview them all.
Yeah.
And it's like, because
I gotta figure me out.
Capricorns really do, they give it their all.
I do.
To their friendships, family, it's the loyalty within
Okay, let's
But
agree to disagree. Do you know how to not give your all, to give a part, a half? Do you? Because I don't.
Me
I got
personally,
your
not
answer.
fully yet. I'm
I
gonna
got
say
your
me
answer.
personally, not fully yet, because
I jump head first and give my all
Because-
every time.
Because
I don't know how to just give you a pinch or give you a little bit. I
Because-
give my all.
because it's not about how much you're
give.
giving. You're
It's
not
how
letting
much you.
you're not letting things grow. You're not letting them progress. You're not letting people earn your trust and build those pieces of you. This shouldn't be something that's required. I shouldn't be required to tell you my deepest, darkest secrets on the first night. Like, that's diving head first. But when you let stuff breathe, you can't suffocate it with trying to control your outcome. You got to let it breathe. You got to let it grow. You got to have patience, because if somebody's not growing at your rate, then what do? Cut them off? Or do you love them enough to stand beside them while they grow?
Listen, back in the day.
And to love them, you don't have to. Because I feel like there's different levels of love. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to, like, love them like, oh, you want them to move in, be your nigga, marry you type shit. Love them as a friend first.
Right.
Love them as just an
And
individual.
I think that's where I be messing with y'all. Like I just said, I jump in head first.
Well, a lot of that is intention.
I had a
You
guy-
gotta ask yourself your intention behind it, because love was
And we all
never
do it.
created
I've done it. Plenty
as
of
a
times.
bargain chip. So, am I loving you out of pure intention because I love you, or am I loving you because I yearn to be loved back? Because if your intention is not right behind that, you'll never get the right thing, because you don't mean well behind it. Your intention was never well. So I give love not to be loved back. It doesn't even hold a factor to me.
came around, started talking to a guy.
I can't hear you.
I came around, started talking to a guy. We was talking. I was jumping too fast. He even said it. You feel me? I never thought about it or took it into consideration. And y'all are literally saying this stuff to me, and now I'm really taking it into consideration. But I literally just be jumping too fast, taking things too fast.
And it's also
I can look at us as
too.
friends, and then you say just one little thing to me, and now we go together.
It's scary also, and I even understand it, even on a guy part, because it's the same way as female. Imagine if you just started talking to this dude, and he hits you with all this at once. That's a lot to process, especially with somebody that you're just starting to meet and get to know. I don't even know if I like the way you eat yet. I don't know if I want to wake up and hear you snoring in my ear every night.
Well,
Like, I mean, not like that. I mean, there's just little.
I had one
there's
bitch.
Little shit that
I had never met her in person, and she swears she loved me. And it was more of a forced situation because I felt as if I like her. I like her a lot. But now that she loves me, now I got to rush into loving her. And I gave her a love you that wasn't even genuine. It was out of obligation. So that was a forced situation. Among many reasons why that didn't work. But you can't force somebody. And then, Houseway. You never met me and you love me, Houseway.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be trying to figure out. But
Because
no,
don't get it wrong.
I'm falling in love quick. Like, if I deal with you and I genuinely be around you, like, I care for you. I'm not in love with you, but I can care for you and love you. Now,
You
a person
love
ain't been
them.
around
You don't fall in love with them or in love with them.
Yeah,
you
not
love
fall
them.
in love with them, but first 2-3 days,
And
I might love you by the fourth one.
I've been there.
But I feel like that's
Here I come.
You.
I opened the door and jumped out the car with a big balloon. I love you.
Sometimes we fall for different.
I do.
A new feeling that you think, oh, well, this is new, so I don't know how to categorize it, so it must be love.
Yeah.
I think that's what I did with Starbucks.
Because, don't get it fucked up. The guys that, I'm just saying guys, and bitches, I'll say bitches too. The people that I've talked to during my life and stuff, I do have genuine love for them. Like, I love them. Not in love with them. I don't love them like I want to talk to them again, like my exes and like my old exes and all that.
Just like,
but I have love for them. You feel me? And that's the difference. You can have love for somebody, even with somebody you just met. I can just meet somebody and I'm like, you know what? I really love you. Like, you cool. Like, I care for you. I fuck with you, but
right then I cry.
Yeah, but it's not like, I'm not seeing it as in love, like relationship love.
Yeah, but if I tell you I love you, I mean it.
But it's hard to do that
when
whenever you're also messing with the person. Y'all are sexually doing, like, y'all are also lusting after each other too.
Yeah.
But
so,
my whole thing is this, like, what you were saying. See, what the fuck was I? Yeah, move on. I forgot it.
What?
Let's go to the next question. Next subject.
Yeah,
Something.
okay, relationship shit.
Yeah.
Do you think motherhood changes you?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I got a story to tell and I'm ready to tell.
Go ahead.
Nah, for real though.
You go first because you got the kid.
Facts.
I'll tell my
We
part.
can
Yeah, I want to know how it changed your life anyway. Anyways, but I was this girl running the streets. I was bouncing from couch to couch, liquor bottle, you know, party to party. I was having a good time. I got sick, was possibly pregnant, didn't know the truth. I went home. I wasn't at home. I was around some friends and stuff. I went home. Took pregnancy test and stuff, found out I was pregnant, how far I was. And life changed for me. Like, I wasn't doing that party and stuff no more. Like,
Did it change after he was born, or did it change?
I changed before because I realized, like, you're in charge of a life. Like, hold on now. this is big. Like serious. Like I've been taking care. Mind you, I'm only 18. I'm now 18 and I'm on my own. I ain't got my own place or nothing, but I'm in control of me now. I can call mommy, but it ain't like when I was younger. Call mommy. Rescue and stuff. So, and now I got another one. This is a big one. Like I'm my kid as it is, and now I'm about to have this thing that I got.
Thing you call him a thing?
Like I'm about to have this thing. Like don't get me wrong. I babysat and everything as a kid, but to actually have my own, this ain't like babysitting. I babysit that baby, it cry, mommy come get it. Who can I call to come get this when it cry? This is mine, but I have to raise it and teach it everything. So it was like, do you want to continue to run the streets and do all this stuff? Because what is it going to get you? I had some stuff in my system when I actually found out I was pregnant. So the conversation was brought like, this has to stop, or your baby can be taken. So it's like, hold on. Y'all already just giving me this little people. And now you want to tell me it's going to be taken? Nah, we got to fix all that. Because it's sounding like it's going to be fun. I think I want to try this mom life. And I'm 7 years strong, y'all. I like it.
I don't know if motherhood per se was ever for me. I feel like TT-hood, auntie-hood.
I mean, some people it's just not for the motherhood. But you're not going to fully change from the beginning. But down the road, motherhood will change you as you go. Like, you can wake up and say, like, I was a deep sleeper. And I used to be so scared, like, I got this baby, what if I don't hear it? My mama had my baby one night. A baby cried on TV, and I jumped up out my sleep looking around for my baby. You feel like you change in the process over the years because it's always something different. Like, they get older, and now you got to figure out this, especially little boys. You got to figure out, teach them to go in there and shoot them Cheerios and stuff. If ain't no man around to teach them how to pee, you got to be that man. And us women have to take on more responsibility than what men do. Men can come and go. We have to do everything. We are there regardless. If daddy walk in here right now and say, hey, son, I'm going to pick my son up tomorrow and go on out the door, guess what? Mama can't go out the door unless the baby going with her. So females pick up the way.
Me, personally, I feel like motherhood, even though I don't have any kids, does change a woman's life because it's a whole different type of love, first of all.
Yeah.
So that changes just everything. And then also it changes, I've seen a lot of women around me, my friends, everybody, basically have kids, and I've seen them change as people too. I've seen some of them get wiser. I've seen some of them get. I've seen some people have kids and stay the same.
I haven't.
But I wouldn't say even the same because there's still something different about them. They have a kid. It changes your life.
I feel like every person, every woman that has had a child, as soon as that baby comes out of you, there's a switch that flips somewhere.
It's a change.
Yeah.
You got different.
I have been in the delivery room with a couple first babies, and there's something that changes instantly.
You got different senses. It's just like your body changes.
Yeah, that first love of seeing that baby that is yours, that you made, look at you, and it's like, this little person gonna grow up and look up to me.
So, like, do you want kids?
I'm mommy.
Yes, I do want kids.
It's listen, it has its bumps in the road, but
I just don't want kids right now at the point of in my life. I want to be more together in life to have kids.
But who's really ever ready?
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I don't want to be necessarily ready.
Because
you're never going to be ready. Oh, but I want to enjoy my young life. I mean, I know how they say, like, oh, well, I'm going to be sipping margaritas. My kids are going to be grown by the time I'm 35. Well,
probably with me too.
Right, but you ain't had no fun till you were 60. Shit.
Yeah, so
I'm out here with my kids partying now.
So I feel like anywhere from like 25 to 28 is a good age to have kids. I'm 21, so
I wanted everything
still-
together to have
I'll
a
pass
kid.
your timeline,
So
bitch.
be there. Have your life together.
and that's just like if
have
you know
everything together.
I could have
for
a
baby.
kid at 35.
Yeah.
You never know.
4, 3, 2.
I could
Okay.
have
I got
a
'em.
kid at 30.
I know y'all got them, but you better check because you might lose it. Like I did earlier. But it's bad. I planned that if I ever had kids, that my life would be so much together they would never worry. We never struggle. My son's not a regret, but you know, he struggled with me. We've been there. But I wish I could have waited and had everything just laid out for him. But
like it's not fun
struggling
like
makes
that.
them stronger. Struggling teaches them more. Like,
Yeah.
they learn more from it, so it's not a bad thing. Like, me and my son, we struggled through a lot, and he's learned
But
a
y'all
lot
grew up
from it.
together too. A little
Yeah,
bit.
we did.
Yeah, that's
another
the
thing.
that's
like,
I was 18.
your age whenever you have your kids too, really.
Yeah. I just jumped off the porch. He just jumped out the box. Like,
yeah. Okay, so the
first
whole
day out.
the whole way college is set up, would you like? Do y'all agree with how college is set up?
What you mean how it's set up? Like,
Basically, well, how the whole school system is set up. Do you agree about how the way that they're teaching our children and the push to go to college because it costs so much money?
I want him to go to college, but it's his choice.
Yes, but no.
Like, I can't make you go to college. I didn't go to college.
That's not the question, Fiona.
That ain't the question.
What do you mean?
The whole system and how they raise their kids and they force them, they rear them or steer them in the direction of college.
College system.
So like,
Oh, and then it costs so much, so we still got to talk
yeah,
about
like,
it.
would you agree with them pushing every student who all kids are different and they don't customize the criteria in school, but they all want them to go pursue this big debt initially as becoming an adult before they even know themselves?
I'm gonna say yes and no only because nowadays, even though I graduated 3-4 years ago. That's not that long ago, but they're more, especially with like the younger generation, like it's. Yes, they push them to go to college, but I know they're pushing more stuff now that it's more of a
Fair.
it's a new generation and stuff. It's like, let me see, because I mean I guess you could say like, you know, they have like cosmetology classes and shit. But
Yeah.
nowadays that stuff is more like, if a little girl is in school, it's like, yeah, I want to grow up and be a hairdresser. They're not, like, nowadays in school, they're not being like, oh, well, that's not smart.
Well, I feel like more now.
Now, like, when you get older, yeah, they do, okay, on the whole, like, pushing people to go to college part, I feel like it is kind of fucked up because they do try to make it seem like that's, like, the only way.
Yeah.
Which they are kind of coming up off of that and being like, well, you could do trade schools,
Yeah.
this and that, start your own business. And, like, they are starting to, like, but they make it seem like the college and then you have to pay, like, if you don't get scholarships and stuff, then you have to pay. Honestly, it's really just a government scam because I don't get why if education is so important to the U.S., to the world, everybody, and we get free education, why ain't college free? Why is it so expensive?
I think as far as from like I can say, I don't agree with pushing them all because I
feel like you shouldn't push kids like if
there's a stigma on it where they feel like a failure if they can't do that, if they're
they
not
can't
putting in
go.
applications. So I feel like there should be more more in-depth one-on-ones with each student about what they really want to pursue. But as far as college goes, I say give it a college try. Don't stay in it too long once you know that's not for you, but give it a college try.
Yeah.
It may or may not work. I'm not saying college is a bad thing. It affords you a lot of opportunities, but personally, I know a few people out here who have more degrees and work the same jobs that people who are fresh out of high school.
Yes. Yes.
And I definitely understand that because they don't take the time and, which, I mean, I'm not saying they should, but it's really like
agree with it.
a lot of, that's the problem with a lot of people. They've never actually sat down and really thought about what they really wanted to do in life, career-wise. Nobody has ever sat them down. Like, schools don't set you down and really ask you. They just say, like, oh, this. Like, you feel me? Just the main stuff. They never really sat there and then a lot of people don't have, like, me, I know a lot of people didn't have, like, they don't got somebody to sit there and help them fill out their applications.
Yeah.
I know, like, we had guidance counselors and stuff at the school, but when you got, let's say 200 some people in your class, they can't sit there and take 2 hours out of the day and help. They can help you somewhat, which they do.
Yeah.
But
I don't agree with it. And the reason I say I don't agree with it is because you go through all these years of school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it should be your choice if you want to continue. I know I went through school and I hated school. Some kids don't hate school, some kids do. It should be your choice if you want to go, because for one, if you can't get financial aid or you don't get those scholarships and stuff, then that has to be paid out of pocket. Well, if you don't have that help?
That's what I mainly disagree. I feel like if you want to go to school, you should be able to go to school. But it shouldn't be forced. It shouldn't. You shouldn't have to pay. If you really want to go to college, go. I would even maybe understand. Let's say if you didn't have no scholarship grants, whatever, and you went and because it's just like regular school, the government's paying for it. And let's say I'm not gonna say like your first year. If you quit after your first year, that don't count. But if you just go and don't graduate, okay, maybe you might have to pay us because now you just wasted our resources when somebody could have graduated. But I feel like if you go and you graduate and you get your degrees and stuff, I don't feel like you should have to pay, especially when like doctors and shit. Why are they paying all their bills for med school?
Exactly. And just think about these people who can't afford that. Like, I have this smart kid, but I'm not rich. It ain't even about being rich. I'm not that wealthy to get my baby into these schools, and I can't get financial aid. I can't get this. I can't get that. But then you have people out here, oh, you didn't go to college, or like it's a mandatory thing, and they're pushing on these kids, and that child might feel some type. I'm not gonna say child, but that person might feel some type of way because they really wanted to go to college. They really had their head set, even though it's not mandatory. That's something they wanted to do, but they couldn't afford that.
The only thing is about nowadays, a lot of people aren't educated enough either. There are so many, like, especially, they're just updating, upgrading, whatever the fuck you want to say. They're inventing a lot more shit. There's so many more, like, even from whenever I was graduating, there's so many more things that you could get scholarships from.
Yep.
Like, I know, especially, like, not saying y'all old, but whenever y'all graduated, they didn't have scholarships for, I mean, you can get a scholarship for being black.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Have all that
you can get a scholarship for being left-handed.
Right. Yes. That's true.
I am.
You can
I thought about it too.
There's there's a bunch of scholarships where if you write essays and stuff to them, you get scholarships and stuff. I mean, there's so many different scholarships and stuff. People, when you think of scholarship, they just think of sports.
Okay.
Football, basketball, softball.
Think about
cheerleading. You gotta.
think about this. Say you got this child, struggled through school, grades, what, and all that. You know, they just ready for it to be over with. I'm going to graduate and go on with my life. You know, maybe I can find a job that's not going to be real difficult because school was a bit complicated for me. And the family's like, well, we want you to go to college. You should go to college. And then depression, that issue. And it's like, I really don't want to go to college. For one, we don't really have the money. Y'all were paying out of pocket for me to go to college. And then I get in college and I'm failing my classes. And now my family's mad at me. Oh, well, they pay my car note. They want to take my car. They want to take my, not pay my phone bill. They want to do all this stuff to me because I'm failing in these classes. But I didn't want to be here. Y'all pushed me to be here. So I feel like it shouldn't be enforced. Like, that's their decision. Because college age, you're 18. You're legally, like,
well, I mean, I guess
you're not
you
21, but you're legally grown to make your own decisions.
Not like that. They don't make you go to college. They just.
But a lot of families enforce it, and that's what we were talking about. Like most people be like, well, dad went, mom
and that
went.
just comes to the problem of what we was talking about. They think that college is the only way out.
Yeah,
and that makes
it's not.
Sense.
It's not.
There needs to be more jobs where, especially like, I'm not gonna say little jobs, but especially like, okay, like how they have Votech.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that they do at Votech could be done on job sites. And you could already, like, I understand doing the Votech for high school and stuff.
Some people, you can go to Votech though. It's a college.
You can. Trade schools. Stuff like that needs to be more talked about.
Well, it's more of a thing where you're such a young age, you're so moldable. Like you can change with the wind. Like, have y'all ever had your interests change? Like even small things. Like now you're into action movies when you were used to into.
From whenever I first went to college, now even though it might be the same 4 different careers, but it's still 4 different things, and my mind has still went back and forth.
Okay,
we're indecisive.
Now I went to school. I hated school. I always told myself when I got out of here, college would never be a question for me. I wanted to I'm done. I did it. I'm done. This year, I heard about some classes 15 weeks long for phlebotomy, and I was thinking about doing it.
I feel like
I'm just
people need to find their, if they don't like going to school,
my mind changed.
They need to find what they need to find a way how they can still get their education, but them not feel like it's like school, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But
you gotta want it.
Well, that's anything in life though, because if you don't want it, at the end of the day,
you got to think about it like this though. If you're gonna pinpoint college as a requirement, then it doesn't even come down to the school's education system. It comes down to your family structure, because there's a lot of people that get pregnant and then get married because the family says so. Yes. So it's not just it's an iceberg. You can get to the tip, but there's always more of the iceberg because the family dynamic. Yeah. So it's not even the school system as far as being required, because mama went to college, everybody went to college, everybody's doctors. Like, it's about because your family are going to require things of you, and I just don't feel like the whole ideal family structure, mom, dad, kid, I don't feel like that necessarily all the time is the healthiest way to raise a child. Mm-hmm. But that's the stereotypical, that's the ideological form of a family, and then they make you feel like less of a person if you couldn't keep your husband or keep your man, and then they feel like, oh, your child is actually lacking something without a father figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these things are true and some of these things reign true, but I don't believe in the structure of the household, like even the man being in charge versus the woman being in charge, because I grew up in a household where the woman ran everything. So the whole dynamic of the family aspect to me is not what the the model shows or the mannequin shows.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's because if mama and daddy get to fighting all the time and mama keep getting beat up, and I'm actually thinking about killing my daddy because he won't stop hitting my mama, how is that healthier to have that father in that home? Alcoholism, drug issues. Like,
I've heard people say it's more healthier for the kids to be in a home with two parents.
yeah.
And that's not true, because I would rather my kids see a man loving me than beating on me just to make them happy, or to see me miserable every day just to have them in a home with both of their parents. I'd rather them see me happy and watch a man treat me right, so my daughter could know how a man should treat you and how a man shouldn't treat you.
It also sets the standard for your child.
Yes.
Because I know what I'm not gonna accept.
Yeah.
I have limitations. Because it's like a generational curse. Because mama stayed because I need both parents in the home. Now he doing the same thing to me and I'ma stay. Because patterns repeat themselves.
And every one of them miserable.
Every one of them miserable.
But they miserable.
That's the only thing, like, because it's not the school system. It's definitely not.
It's a lot of stuff in families like that, though.
Honestly, yes, when you're in high school and stuff, they say, go to college, go to college, go to college. And it is kind of a little fucked up because that's not the only way you can go and make money and not struggle and not be broke.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's your best option. They give you your best options. If you don't want to do it, they can't make you do it. Whatever you feel with your family, all that, doesn't matter. The only thing that I say with the school system itself is that if college, I feel like they if having these degrees and stuff, if we're going to college to get these degrees, how come when we get out in the world they don't mean anything? That's the real.
Yeah. You just spent 5 years of your life getting this degree. And it ain't like people are running to hire you as they made it.
And then when you're 18, you don't have time to research, or maybe haven't even thought of to research how many jobs are actually in America within your field.
And then you get this
before you choose your major.
Yeah, and now you sitting with this degree that you done wasted all this time of your life on, and you probably could have found something without college that could have had you somewhere, making your way to be set, to have your set for life.
It's
But
like there's
you
so
just
many
waste
different
time.
routes, and they don't explain that to you enough. Whenever
They don't. I feel like
they just make it seem like you have to either do this or the other or this.
Yeah.
Right. If you want to go to college, the schools should help you. No matter who you are, if you don't got no scholarship, the schools should try so hard to help you get that help if you want to go.
Well,
if
it's
you
just
don't
kind
want
of
to
like
go,
a
let
lot
them
of
be.
people think that you have to have a degree in business to run a business.
You don't. You can go get a business license. $25. Might have went up because.
But my other thing is this: like,
now there is a lot more to it and shit, but
it still boils down. It still boils down to the family aspect because you should be communicating with your child to. Because if my son wants to build birdhouses, damn it, we're gonna make $1 million building birdhouses.
Exactly. That's what a lot of families don't understand. They don't understand. Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you feel down because I wanted you in college. Yes, that may be my belief that I wanted you there. But whatever you want to do, I'm gonna support you because you're grown. If it fails, when you fall, I'm gonna be there to help you up and help you build it back together.
The money can be made no matter what you do.
It can.
Yeah.
Money can be made in so many ways, and I'm not gonna say
you get more money in different areas.
It's so much more out here now. Like, you know how they always talk about coal mines was so big back in the day. Well, coal mines not here no more. But there's a lot of found stuff around that's just coming around to make more money. You know, more ways out here. There's 1,000 ways to make money now. Like, you don't have to have a legit job to make money, and it still wouldn't be like selling drugs or being illegal.
Okay, but since you brought it up,
it's really just. Can I say something? It's really like, if I want it to be, let's say let's say if I want it to be a
Come on, hippie, you snapping.
Because I'm trying to
see that.
think of a
real
good
Let me
one.
see that vape. I want to hit it. Because my other one dead. I wish I knew my charger would.
Okay. If I'm trying to be a lawyer.
Okay. Let me see that.
Around here.
You gotta go to school, baby. For that. That's a requirement.
That's not my point. I'm saying this. I could be a lawyer in West Virginia, Southern West Virginia, and be a decent lawyer. I could make money. Or I could go to New York. Money's different. It's really on what you decide to do. I could be a hairdresser. Being a hairdresser in an old small country town that only has a population of 5,000 people, even, not whatever, even if you had all 5,000 people in the town, you can make good money. Or you could go somewhere like Atlanta and make more, depending on where you're at, what you're doing. That's like how you said, whenever you look up or you go to college for a job and then you only find out there's only 50 jobs in the United States. Mm-hmm. You live in Nebraska and the job is in Florida.
Well, we're gonna bring up one more subject since we're talking about.
Does that make sense? Like I could be like here, firefighters are volunteers basically around here.
But in the cities,
in California, you going to the academy, kind of like the police officer. You doing all that. You getting paid good. Like, it just depends on where you're at. That's what people don't understand. They think of just where they're living at, their situation.
Yeah.
What you could do there.
They
don't think of the whole world.
College can get you up out of here.
All right, so we gonna put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. So since we're talking about the family aspect.
Elliot.
Yeah, I am Missy Elliott.
You hit it.
Missy
You hit it.
Effie Elliott.
You hit
It's
that.
Cookie's Cabaret. We got KK Lotta.
A lot of gang shit.
C Major.
Gang in this bitch.
Yeah, we're gonna cover one more thing before we leave. Since we talked about college and the family aspect playing a big part in what you think requirements are, we have to take a look at the alternative for going to college. If you don't go to college, most people sign their life away to the military for a set number of years. Or even if you're talking about our black young males, they turn to the streets. So what I want to dig into is the family aspect for the streets. What is y'all opinion on the street life for these children out here as an alternative to not being able to reach the goal or the status quo of going to college? Because if you don't go to college and you don't go to the military, majority of them turn to the street life in one way or another, or fast money. Because money can be made in New York for firefighters, but money can be made in New York for prostitution. That's fast money. Yeah. Money can be made in New York off things. That's fast money. Mm-hmm. So, with the family aspect, what do you feel like needs to change with the people in the streets and the education of your child for the streets?
Okay.
You gotta raise your kids right. You gotta. I'm not gonna say just raise your kids right. Just try to put it into them.
Yeah, you
like,
go first.
you know that this is not what they want to do, and no matter if you fail, there's always something out there. You can always find a job. You can always, just push them to understand there's so many ways to make money. and doing that fast life, this is what it will get you. And I don't care what nobody say. Nobody's going to sit out here in these streets and be in the streets and not come back on them, because everything comes back around. You can live your best life for 10 years and then you'll go down. And when you finally get caught, your whole life just got ruined, and you thought you just lived your best life for 10 years.
You thought you ate.
You thought you ate. And now
Honestly,
you
for
about
me,
to spend the next 20 in jail because...
I feel like a
You
lot
know.
of the people that, especially, definitely the young people, but even, like, the people that are older than, like, their older brothers, uncles, even dads, because them niggas are young nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really know what the streets is, if that makes sense. They don't know what all comes
It's
with
glorified.
And that's why they
yeah,
need to be- you need
it's
to put that in
glorified
there.
as, and not even as it's just glorified. It's also, people don't realize it either because of the money.
Right. Like we was
The
talking about
fast
earlier,
money
certain
distracts
stuff you be honest
them.
with your kids about, that's something that you be honest with your kids about.
But this is what, I feel like it's all just a cycle kind of, because,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I get it, because it all comes off of you struggling. You need money. You got to do what you got to do to take care of your family. You're in the street. When you're not worrying, you're getting money like that, you stop thinking of the risk that comes with it and the negative effects that come with it. And then eventually, and then a lot of people, especially if you ain't know nothing else and you ain't never done nothing else. So when they have kids, a lot of the time of it is they don't know what else to tell
You're
them.
already addicted to that life.
They don't know any better.
But listen, let me stop you right here.
And a lot of the young kids too nowadays is, especially with the black young men that get in the street, I feel like it's, they don't feel like they be getting hurt, or, and a lot of them, I feel like if they need help with their education, they get embarrassed, and they get pushed away real easily, and they go the easy way, the easy route.
We don't have no places.
And with the younger
They
kids,
help with jobs and stuff like that.
they're looking up to
Yeah.
everybody else older than them.
I think
So it's being glorified, and then it's really,
it's. I think the media plays a big part, especially now where your kids are on their smartphones and they have access to their own content, even if it's monitored, stuff slips
kids
through.
are smarter nowadays.
And
too.
then-
it's more,
And
the
then
world is more open now too. That's the thing. Back in the day, what adults talked about was what adults talked about. The kids,
right, but
Now the kids
it
have
was
conversations
a
with
set. It's a set thing because I don't think anybody really sits down
and tells their kid, "Oh, I want you to be in the street."
no, not even that.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think
Well,
we're so busy doing what we have to do that we don't have time to focus on the impact that it has with the multiple minds around us. Because you see big Christmases. Yeah, you see the Tahoe on 24s. You're not missing a meal. Yeah, you got the brand new J's. But nobody ever explains to them that this ain't what you want, because every action has an equal or opposite reaction.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm doing what I have to do. You don't ever want to do this unless it's what you have to do. Because the hustle started off with a nigga having to feed his family.
That's the difference.
And I don't even demonize the streets, because the streets have helped us survive for years.
Yes, ma'am.
Daddy was the weed
But
man.
People are doing it now
And
to
but
take it the easy
but
way
but
out.
back in the
They're
day
not.
they didn't have time to focus on. Maybe I need to explain
still working.
to all these little young niggas that's coming up and wanting to be like me the truth behind it. I did what I had to do, not what I wanted to do. This was not my first choice to do. But now music is glorified. YouTube is glorified. Everybody wants to be a rapper, sling drugs, pop pills. And they've turned you from a drug dealer to a drug addict in a matter of years. But just like with slavery, we got sold to people. It wasn't an option. So you don't raise your kids to go out and be slaves and sell themselves, because that shouldn't be your first choice. That's not what you have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I look at it though, the streets are bad, but if you have to go to the streets, your mindset should be, I'm using this as a stepping stool, and I'm not going to be here long. Most people, they get to them streets, and they get addicted to that money, and they dare, and that's fucked their life up. You can go to them streets, and them streets, you can
fast
take a couple months and get that fast money and move your way up, and invest that
like
fast
stripping.
money into something, and, do something with it. But when you sit and you just spend it like, oh, I'll make it back, that becomes a habit. And now you're used to that street life. And who knows what may come with that. If you're going to do if you're going to go to them streets because you have to, make like it a stepping stool to
especially
get out.
Now, it's
it.
almost like going to college. It's at the same level. Basically, people see, not everybody.
It's like
that's how it's being
two sides to a
glorified.
coin.
It's like either if you wanna have shit, do shit, not struggle. It's either you go to college or you be in the streets, and that it should never even be compared at the same level.
Never.
Because that's not a job. That's not a career.
But
that's
our norm.
Yeah.
That's our norm.
Norm.
Yeah.
And it's not even a secret that Daddy hustling now.
Not at all.
The Fed's trying to build a case with Daddy
that's
now.
What my daddy does.
And Daddy only went outside to do a couple packs so he could come home and make sure we was okay, and he wasn't going back.
And the thing is, I had to realize more money, more problems. You never really dig deep into that. But the more money I have, the more I buy, the more I have to sustain.
The more people looking at you, hating on you because they not making what you make. So now they want to either try to rob you or try to kill you. It's a whole bunch going on. And then you got the police in your business. They want to build a case on you. All these problems because you got all this money. And if you was at home broke,
but the thing is about the fast money, it come fast, but it go faster.
It sure do.
It go faster, and you're addicted to this. So it's basically the equivalent of living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes. Because when the police come, anything that they feel like that drug money paid for, they gonna take it all. So if your husband, your boyfriend bought you all this drug money stuff, and the police come in and take everything you got,
but
you ain't got nothing.
I think the worst part is that the punishment enables them when they get in there, because now they're not scared of jail. Because jail is a fun place to be, but it all boils down to your family dynamic, because the only reason people get institutionalized is because once you get in there, your meals is planned, your day is planned, you know what to step, you have structure.
And you can get a lot in there too.
You have structure. You have freedom to do whatever within the constraints. I can't even say that word. You can do whatever within your parameters, and when you get out of that structure, just like when you get discharged from the military, when you get out of that structure, you crave structure to stay sane.
Yeah.
So now, the most comfortable my son has ever been as far as structure goes, because boys will be boys. So the most authority he's ever had, the most structure he's ever had, the most consistency he's ever had in his life comes from the worst place to be, and makes a privilege out of the consequences to his actions.
That too.
Because
a lot of people also get into the streets because of their life situations too.
When you go to jail, you don't pay for college, but they can help you with some college classes or some stuff. They can help you with stuff. You ain't got a GED, they can help you with that stuff. These GED classes, I don't want to charge you now. Like, we don't have,
and it'd be sad because
a big population of educated people or people with
guys
degrees and stuff.
don't really care.
But y'all want to charge so much. How can you get those numbers up?
It's just sad because nowadays, guys, they don't care that they're in jail. The only thing they care about is that they can't smoke weed. and smoke
Yeah, be
cigarettes
dumb shit.
and drink.
Guys look at it.
They're not
They
caring
get
that
3 free
they're
meals
not-
a day.
they're not getting to
Everything's
eat
free.
good meals or no, like, yeah.
They
They're
get
not-
used to it. They get used to they be in that song. They get used to it. Some of these men walk around and say, "Shit, if I was out there, I'd be
Well,
probably
niggas
be in the
not like
streets
that.
trying to hustle for a light bill money, hustle for a water bill. I mean, here I got free lights, free water, 3 free meals a day.
And just a
I
lot
got-
comes with the streets because even when you are in the streets and you have money, you can't use that money yourself. So you always have to depend on other people. That's another thing about the streets.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
always have to depend on
Yeah.
this person,
Because
this
the
person.
streets, you take a lot
this-
of losses.
It's always you depend on the next motherfucker to do something. And
Cause
the
I
only
just
thing you
fucking-
got is money.
And then the just I always use music as an example. The nigga with the biggest pack is the top dog, the coolest nigga on the block. He got all the cool gadgets, he got all the cool toys, but you ain't never even talked to him to know his story or why he got that. And then most of the niggas in the streets that is really out here getting it, they don't tell the young bucks that's out there making the same mistakes that this is what I had to do.
Right.
Yeah. If
And that's the difference.
if, a
Because
cha-
once
if
you
you gotta
start
go to the street
selling drugs and then you start buying all them fancy cars and stuff,
and
now
that's
you're
when
doing
they
it
get
to have
comfortable.
fun. You're not doing it because
Yeah.
you need it to
You're
do
too
it.
comfortable, and your mind is like, oh, well, I'm gonna spend this because I'm gonna get it back, and it's like that money was supposed to step you out of there, step you from them streets. You were supposed to make enough to get out them streets and not could turn back and be able to live your life without going back to them streets. But you
Yeah.
got comfortable. You kept thinking how like when you work at McDonald's and they pay weekly. Oh, I can spend this because I get paid next week, so it'll be all right. I got another paycheck coming. Like you look at it like that. That's how people in the streets look. Like,
Niggas don't know how
well, if I bust this lick later, I'll have it
Niggas
back.
don't know
Like,
how the money managed either.
you're too comfortable. You
Because they
Get
too
that money
busy.
and go.
They too busy being the flyest nigga in school or the
Yes.
class clown, the funniest nigga in school. You got all the J's, you got all this and
But they ain't
that.
got a
So
car.
so that was a requirement. So I didn't even learn my math right. So now I'm out here fumbling the pack because I wasn't even told that I never make promises I can't keep. So I'm not going to go to the plug for a front and then run off on the plug. In the past 7 years, it's the first time I ever heard a nigga brag about running off on the plug. Nigga, you was dead back in the day.
For real.
That
They
nowadays,
didn't play that.
like,
They was pulling up to your house and handling that.
Yeah.
And going up about their business now. Somebody go run off on the pack, they gonna walk down the street past you tomorrow and you ain't gonna do nothing about it.
that. I was just about to say.
Or they go
that.
or you got somebody going to tell the police everything happened in the street and they just walking free. Ain't nobody did nothing to them. Back in the day, you snitched, they handled you. You was out of here. Well, you wasn't snitching on nobody else because you was getting handled. You was out of here. And that was that.
I mean, niggas be at the same parties.
For real. I
Just
went
standing
to a
there looking at
party
each other.
where they was reading some paperwork where some people had snitched and they was reading the names out. Oh, this person. And everybody's face there just looked over like, hey, he right here. He just chilling like he ain't did nothing. He didn't told everybody he went there and he ain't told nobody nothing. The paperwork told everything. Ain't nobody do nothing.
Because what's missing is these kids are so free these days. And they glorify the access to information that children have nowadays, being a new world and a new generation. But the basic principles, they're so free that they don't even hold on to basic principles they taught. So there's no respect for it. There's no fear for it.
Ain't some structure like back in the day. Ain't no structure out here. These kids is too spoiled. They got all this stuff. And I'm one of them parents that do it. These kids is too spoiled. They got all these devices and all this stuff that occupy us. We got sent outside. We was outside in the dirt fighting.
And it's because
we
of
was
how the
learning,
world is becoming,
different stuff.
too.
We learned structure. These
Because
kids
they're
tell you
trying
they
to
don't want to go outside and they go get on video
but not
games.
like that. They're trying to
They
break.
live in a different world than
They're-
what we
yeah,
live
they're
in.
trying to, and I get it. They're trying to not break generational curses, but they're trying to change the generation.
Yeah,
They're
but
trying to make these young kids, because all the older people now are like, well, when we was kids, it's not a third. So now they're and especially like, let's just say like the
BTQ.
yeah. I'm like, you know.
The dyke in the room would know that.
I cannot take this.
Like, they wasn't open. Like, the first person was I Am Jazz. I feel like that was really people knew about that. But especially like when I was a kid, people weren't like, kids nowadays are they're more open. They have more freedom to explore themselves and
right,
their personalities. But also that is interfering with them being too grown, if that makes sense.
They live in a different world than what we lived in. We were made to be kids. We got sent outside. If you didn't have a bike, a scooter, none of that, you used your brain and you did so. If it wasn't a park around, y'all went outside and played in the dirt. Y'all were adventurous. Y'all did stuff outside. These kids nowadays don't care to go outside. They got phones. They on social media. They going to see what their parents posting on social media or going to be in grown folks' business on social media, on TikTok. They and all this stuff. They did not grow up how we did.
Society too,
when we were younger, we didn't have phones.
Because now they expect more out of kids.
You go to a grocery store, and all the kids in the store got a phone. And when we was kids, ain't none of us had phones. You walk through that store.
Y'all were kids.
And my mom was buying calling cards when I was a kid.
Exactly, and you walk through that store and your parents told you don't touch nothing. Nowadays, you ain't got to tell these kids don't touch nothing because they got a phone in their hand.
You feel me? These kids might have phones and stuff now, but then they going to school and they on, like, they're doing shit like little adults. Does that make sense?
Exactly. These kids are more advanced. Babies come out more advanced than they
not, because they're not teaching them to be kids.
They're not. They're preparing these kids early to be adults, and they should be able to enjoy their child life before they become an adult too fast.
They're trying to make the generation smarter, more advanced.
Not even that. They taking these kids' childhood away. I would love to live with my mama and be a child again. I would love to be a child again. I would love to enjoy my childhood again. These kids, they pushing them to be adults too fast. And when we were kids, we were always told, don't rush it because you're going to miss it. But they're rushing these kids through their childhood. They're ready to get them up out of here. And it's like, for what? What you rushing them for? For what?
Well, I mean, it's a whole lot of...
That also comes with people in general, too.
It's a whole lot of...
schools and everything, though. Like, they want to push them to... I don't know. It's like they're pushing them to be grown before they should be. Like, let them enjoy their childhood.
I think it all go back to basic... I think it all go back to basic principles. Like, if you teach your child that money means nothing, because we live in an era of people glorifying everything that means nothing. So now your kid doesn't even know that hard work gets you to where you go step by step. They just want to make 1,000 videos and hope and pray one of them go viral. And they're going to do that for the next 30 years of their life, along with wanting to be a gaming streamer and all. But they don't, the principle of hard work.
Mm-hmm. It's so many easy jobs out here now that you can just go get. And when we were younger, these was hard jobs. Like, if you was a child wanting to make $1, oh, you about to throw newspapers, and that wasn't easy. You'd be tired. You would feel like you was an adult and worked a full job. These kids, they find the easiest things. They can post something on TikTok. People want to send them money and stuff. Or like you said, the game streaming. People get on there, people send them money. It's like
just like with me being a rapper. And I say this because I learned this through years of chasing a pipe dream. That nobody ever told me that it's okay to have your passion and your talent, but don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Have y'all watched the movie where the
have something to fall back on if that don't work?
Have you?
Well, not even that. Have something to step up on. So like, your job is a stepping stone.
Yes.
Have y'all watched that movie where the crawdad scene?
Yes.
You know how she was picking mussels for what was it, 25 cents for a bag?
Yeah, like
damn.
That's That's hard. That,
And
like,
she was bringing like 12 bags.
think
to
about it.
every
Like,
morning.
I remember this lady. She used to pay us $1 because she was an older lady. We was in a complex. She would have us take her key, check her mail, bring it back. She'd give us $1. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Something for kids to look forward into doing, as showing them, you know, job acting and stuff like that. Nowadays, these kids don't give a fuck. They want to go sit on their ass and play on games and stuff and act for. You remember that conversation I had with my son
But you know what's
about
even
stuff,
sadder?
and I was trying to teach him, like, you know, I might buy you stuff, but once you're grown, you have to work for this. Like, I know I spoil my son and stuff like that, and that's because it wasn't done to me, and I always said I would do it to my kid, but I'm going to still teach my child structure to know, like, you have to work for this. I work for everything I give you. So when you're grown and you want this stuff yourself, or if it's to the point where I'm like, no, I'm not buying that because you don't need it, and we're buying stuff you need, then you can work hard and make money to get that. You know, I want him to know he has to work for that. Everything's going to be given him.
Just
I don't want
like,
him to sit and
just
wait
like
for
with the
somebody to
streaming shit, they find it fun. They find it easy. So you got to make sure that you got to know, like, it's not always about what you want. It's about what you have to do.
Right.
And this can't be your only source of income. You can't count on this because it's 1 in a million.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and my thing is, even if it was to be that, especially like with YouTube, you know how much comes into having a YouTube, and it's not like you could just make, or even like with music, you can't just make one song, one video, and it go right, and you be good.
You
have to keep coming up with videos, ideas. They have to be good. You have to keep. You have to keep your viewers to come back.
Like that.
Well,
I
personally
get
experienced it because I chased that dream of being a rapper so hard, all gas, no brakes. And I realized that I can't move or succeed in anything without God's permission. So when I talk about these basic principles, they would be the principles from the Bible that you would lead your child to go for purpose, to find out what's going to make you complete in life. And you can do your passions and stuff, but don't negate, okay, my passion is fun. My passion is easy. It's going to make me lots of money. But let me know that I'm required to put in the footwork with having something to stay stable so I can continue to work on my passion. Don't just continue to be broke and jobless because that's not what fun and that's not what your passion is. That's not what you think you're called to do. It's all gas, no brakes, but you're on a hamster wheel.
Yes.
Because if God didn't ordain that, or if the devil ain't send you a blessing, it will never be, no matter how hard you bust your ass, grit your teeth. That's with a job, that's with a career, that's with anything.
You pray for every day.
If you are faithful over few things, God will make you rule over many. But there are stepping stones you have to go to get to it. Faith without works is dead. So I have faith in my dream because it's easy. It's going to make me a lot of money. I can do this. But I have no works to produce the faith.
And then say, like you said, your rapping career.
Yeah.
Say some of your equipment breakdown. You ain't got a job. This is
no. Say you got equipment and you only got equipment from working.
Right. But something breaks.
Yeah.
And you're not working or nothing. Now you can't even make music. Now you have to figure a way out to get that money, to get that equipment fixed, just to make money.
And then the worst part is if you don't want a job because it's not easy and it's not your passion and you ain't go to college, what's your only other option? Because I want to be a rapper and I got to have these chains, I got to have these shoes, so now I got to turn to the streets. Yes. It's a catch-22.
Because most people who don't want jobs and then it's that last minute and they're like, oh my God, I need this money fast. They look at it as, okay, if I go apply for this job, it may be a week before they even get me hired, and then another 2 weeks before I even get a check. So they don't want to take that time and wait patiently. They want to go to the streets to that fast money, where they're like, well, if I go to the streets, I could probably have what I need tonight or tomorrow. So instead of going to get a job or doing the right way, they go straight to the streets. And
Because
then they don't take what
it's
they
a job
need and
requirement. It's a job requirement being a rapper.
go. Right.
That's how they putting
But
it.
They don't take what they like. Okay, I'm going to the streets for this. They don't take what they need and go. They get comfortable. They start building their life off of it.
Because
Okay,
and I think the problem with how trying to break just some generational curses, because they're a new generation, they have new technology and all this. But the problem with the access they've given them is that there are no more restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not even restrictions to what come out their mouth to an adult or to their parents or anything. So there's no boundaries, there's no restrictions, and
Kids do stuff that we would have never done it as kids.
And I get it, because you're trying to break a generational curse. But then that still goes on to, I learn every day. Learn something every day.
You learn something new every day. But, I mean, generational curses is cool to break. But at some point, kids should still be kids.
It's society,
It's
too,
certain
though,
shit
because
that
at this
kids
point,
should
it's
learn.
bigger than generation.
Oh, it's definitely society.
It's society.
It's definitely.
It's,
I mean, this world don't care about us at all. We're just here. They don't care about us. Their day don't stop if that kid don't get into college, or if that kid don't get a job, or if it end up in the street. They don't care.
who's that, though?
Just society itself.
Oh,
They don't
well,
care. They don't care what is going on with no person. They just want this world to run and to make their money. They don't care how it goes, because they accept that drug money. They may eventually pick you up and take you to jail, but these grocery stores, society, they take that drug money just as it was clean money. They don't discriminate it. They take it and it comes right onto them.
That's why you used to find things.
Yeah, I sure did. 'Cause I showed them the real way.
All right, ladies.
You got-
This is Cookies Cabaret. We got KK
A
Lotta,
lot of gang shit.
C Major.
Gang, big dog.
Yes, I don't even know what I'm going to call this one yet, but it is Cookies Cabaret, and we back for season 2.
Real talk.
I'm going to holler at y'all on the flip side.